ladies and gentlemen. Would the audience please stand as the UNC Police Department Honor Guard approaches the stage for the presentation of colors, and while Catherine Warner leads us in singing our national anthem. Thank you, and please be seated. Welcome to the University of Northern Colorado's graduate commencement ceremony. My name is Vish Iyer, and I will be your host for tonight's ceremony. Our student farewell will be given by Stacy Seaman this evening. Stacy will be receiving her Master of Arts degree in theater education.
Good evening, President Norton, UNC board members, faculty, fellow graduates, faculty members, family members, and honored guests. Thank you for allowing me to speak this evening. I am truly honored and humbled. Let me tell you a story about changing the world. I am not a traditional student. I'm in my 40s, and I live in a rural desert community in Arizona. I work a full-time job, and I volunteer another 20 to 30 hours per week at a small nonprofit theater that I co-founded with my friend, Ken. I enrolled in this degree program when Ken and I realized that there was no one else in our community who had the knowledge to create educational theater programs for our students. I started this degree to get the knowledge to create these programs on our own. Now, at the time, I didn't really want to go back to school. On paper, it didn't seem like I would be a successful master's candidate. I worked too much, and I didn't even have a bachelor's degree in theater. But I wanted to change my little part of the world by connecting kids to theater So even though at the time it didn't seem to make sense for me to go back to school, I trusted my passion and I applied. I took a leap of faith, and I learned the first of two important life lessons that I'd like to pass on to you today. The first lesson is pursue your passion and everything else will fall in line. I got accepted, and I found myself in a cohort with 13 brilliant theater educators from around the country, and I thought, oh my gosh, what have I done? I was so out of my league. Have you ever experienced that moment when you get exactly what you wanted and then immediately feel as though you're in over your head? Yeah, it happens to me all the time. As a matter of fact, it's happening to me right now. Anyway, I had doubts, but I trusted my passion and I gave it a shot. And it wasn't the greatest of starts. Grad school was really tough for me. And due to insecurities about my age and lack of knowledge, I started out guarded with my cohort and professors. But then something weird happened. The more they learned about who I really was, warts and all, the more authentic our interaction became. The more I owned my story, the more we learned together, and the easier grad school became. And that's the second lesson that I'd like to share. To change the world, in addition to following our passion, we must embrace our own stories. At the beginning, I doubted what I had to offer, but I soon learned that since I was older, I had experiences I could bring to the table. And the more I shared of myself, the more I received in return. My cohort and the professors at UNC helped me see myself in ways that I hadn't considered before. They encouraged me to see past my faults, and they always lauded my good intentions. They taught me that I am enough. To paraphrase William Stafford's inspirational poem, "A Story That Could Be True," when I forgot who I really was and felt like a wanderer in the dark and cold, they reminded me that maybe I'm a king. Our time at University of Northern Colorado, is at an end. We have learned what we needed to know, and now we are ready to take that knowledge back out into the world. And this is where my two lessons from grad school, pursue your passion and embrace your own story, coincide. It's good that we have learned knowledge, but knowledge in and of itself is useless until it is activated by passion. When education is paired with an authentic personal story and a mission to help others, any obstacles can be overcome. It becomes a simple equation. Passion defines our why, and our education gives us the how. Together, they equal success in changing the world. You've heard my story, and now it's your turn. Tell your story. Own it with pride. Always be authentic about who you are, and allow your passion to determine your future course. Do it so the next time someone in your life asks you, "Who are you, wanderer?" you will be able to confidently look that person in the eye and answer, "Maybe I'm the one who changes the world. Maybe." Thank you.
It is now my distinct pleasure to introduce to you the President of the University of Northern Colorado, Kay Norton.
Thank you, Dr. Iyer. Good evening, graduates and guests. Welcome to the University of Northern Colorado's Fall 2017 Graduate Commencement Ceremony. We offer a special thank you to the Bierstadt Brass for the music played during the processional. In addition, we appreciate Catherine Warner leading us in singing the national anthem. Catherine is receiving her Master of Music in Vocal Performance this evening. And we are also grateful to Stacy Seaman for delivering our student farewell address. And to our UNC Police Department Honor Guard for presenting our national colors. Joining me on the platform this evening are many of the stewards of UNC's academic traditions and the leaders who help direct us toward the future. Would the members of UNC's Governing Board of Trustees who are in attendance tonight please stand and be recognized as I call your names. Trustee Janice Sinden, Faculty Trustee Vish Iyer, Student Trustee Michael Kelly. Thank you, trustees. Also in attendance are the administrators, vice presidents, and deans whose leadership fosters an environment that allows teaching and scholarship to thrive at this university. Would these individuals stand and be recognized? Thank you. Graduates, this commencement ceremony marks not an end, but a beginning. That is why we call it commencement. As you leave the university to continue on your own remarkable journeys, you will begin to change the world. You will give strength to your communities. You will enrich the lives of others. You will open doors to new discoveries. You will collaborate on groundbreaking innovations. You will lead us to a better tomorrow. While none of us can be entirely certain about the path our journey will take, you can be certain that you are prepared to navigate whatever may lie ahead. This is a momentous occasion. You are about to become part of the storied history of the University of Northern Colorado. In 1891, the first 12 graduates of our institution celebrated commencement, and we are honored to have you join them in this noble tradition. As you reflect tonight on this accomplishment and think about the opportunities that lie ahead, I hope you will also remember to enjoy this moment. Relish your time in the spotlight. Smile for the cameras, and know that you have achieved something truly admirable. At this time, I am very pleased to introduce our keynote speaker, Becky Safrick. Becky graduated from UNC in 1974 with a Bachelor of Science in Psychology and earned a Master of Arts in 1975 in the field of special education. Becky has extensive experience in municipal government that began with the city of Greeley in 1978. She became Community Development Director in 1983 and became Assistant City Manager in 2012. She has helped establish a coalition of Northern Colorado colleges and cities, helped form Greeley's University District, and facilitated Greeley's designation as one of the state's first creative districts. Local community engagement programs guided by Becky have received top honors from the International Chiefs of Police, the National League of Cities, the Colorado chapter of the American Planning Association, Downtown Colorado, Inc., and the Governor's Office. Please join me in welcoming alumna Becky Safrick.
When the phone rang in the basement of Gray Hall on the UNC campus, we both started. We were expecting a call, maybe several calls, but this was the first one that evening. The clock across the room registered the time as 1:36 a.m. With a nod to one another, we both picked up the handset of each of our phones at the same time. It was a female's voice, so I took the call, while my partner quietly returned the handset to its cradle and settled in with his textbooks once more, with a watchful eye my way if I needed anything. No telling how long she might want to talk, or about what, but we were there to listen, to try to help. We were student peer counselors, sophomores, taking turns working shifts on the campus crisis phone line. We had taken the class on suicidology and crisis intervention, practiced active listening, and learning what resources were available to direct student callers who needed help. It was 1972. 18-year-olds could drink 3.2 beer and did so abundantly. Access to birth control was limited. Abortion was illegal. LSD was a psychedelic drug of choice. The Vietnam War was still raging alongside an unpopular military draft. And campus life was full of experimentation, social causes, sit-ins, new friendships, but also confusion, loneliness, and even desperation. The call could be about anything, and we sure hoped that we had learned enough to know how to help with whatever call we might get. Fast forward a year or two, in our community, women who suffered sexual assault had no support system to guide them through the medical, legal, and emotional trauma. There was no uniform method of collecting evidence at medical facilities to improve the likelihood of proving assault and identification of perpetrators. Workers in those fields did not mean to make the system so hard, but they did not have the time or permission to make the process more better or successful or less traumatizing for victims. A group of concerned women and men wanted to change that. Research, statistics, organizing the information, and presenting results in a compelling format was critical to compete for limited funds and to influence change. There was not a clear path to our goal, but we used what we had learned to bring about a new system in our local law enforcement, emergency medical, and mental health systems. We learned that we could make a societal sea change. A few years later, I'm chairing the local group working for passage of the Equal Rights Amendment to support gender equity under the state constitution and as part of a national campaign. In our community, we had arranged a large fundraiser with the Secretary of State as our keynote speaker. Ticket sales were brisk, the good-sized crowd supportive and eager for the presentation. Everyone had their plate of food and settled in for the message. We learned then that the Secretary was running at least an hour late. Thinking back to my UNC speech class, I hoped I'd learned enough to improvise a warm-up speech to fill the gap. No one left or threw tomatoes, so another lesson confirmed. I came to understand that my UNC education was a gift of learning how to learn. Moreover, the value gained by following my curiosity, interests, and need for improv was like a divining rod leading to groundwater. To be sure, my journey from college to career has been anything but a straight path, and I couldn't be more sure it was the right course for me to follow, although I certainly didn't know it at the time. Now, something else I learned. I learned that every time we learn a new lesson, a new wrinkle forms in our brain. How interesting. Some of the things we learn make us more skilled at a particular endeavor, such as playing an instrument, performing a physical feat, calculating numbers, anticipating threats and opportunities. Other things we learn stoke our ability to be creative, to use the lessons learned to break convention and explore new ways to invent, perform, understand, relate, and interpret our world and the peoples we meet. How important are these wrinkles and creativity? According to a comprehensive study, Arts and Economic Prosperity 5, conducted through Americans for the Arts, creativity ranks as one of the top 3 personality traits most important to career success, according to U.S. employers. Another 85% of college-educated employees said that creativity is critical to their ability to problem solve in their careers, not just in the field of arts, but in the gamut of all professions. Human creativity taps into our ability to learn, to find more right answers, to create new wrinkles. And more than ever, our world needs all the well-wrinkled, educated citizens it can muster. There is such important work to be done, and you, my happily wrinkled friends, are the ones who can make the difference. In fact, you already have. As evidenced by the accomplishment that marks your graduation this evening, you have demonstrated that you have learned how to learn. It will serve you well. Here's another factoid I find interesting. We humans are hardwired to do good. In fact, we need to do good to be healthy, even to exist. Here's what I learned. We thrive and survive best when we have a larger and positive purpose in our lives. More than any other factor, more than financial rewards, more than leisure opportunities, even more than relationships, our individual sense of purpose is not just necessary, but it keeps us from succumbing to despair and sickness. So much so that people who have all the markers for serious diseases, such as cancer, cardiovascular disease, diabetes, Alzheimer's, but who also had a deep sense of purpose, actually resisted symptoms from the illness that they carried. Viktor Frankl knew that there was something different about his fellow concentration camp detainees who carried the perspective that they still had something to live for and who survived that devastating experience. Today, that observation has been validated through deeper research. Now, we know that our bodies respond at a cellular level to protect us from disease and even the toxic stress of living in terrible conditions when we believe in and pursue a life of meaning. In companion studies, we've learned that similar benefits inure to us when we extend acts of kindness. Kindness, curiosity, having a sense of purpose beyond yourself, resilience, learning how to learn. You have successfully concluded this portion of your higher education. It is time to take those lessons learned and apply this wisdom to your next endeavors. In the work you pursue, in the words you use to tell a story, how you convey an idea, the problems you face, to the lullabies you sing to your children at night, human creativity, applying your learning to a life of meaning, is your next big step. It is time to take your higher education to serve a higher purpose. I wish you the very best. I look forward to hearing of your accomplishments, and I congratulate you on this important milestone. Thank you.
Thank you, Becky. We appreciate you joining us tonight and sharing your thoughts with our graduates and guests. Again, thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Leo Welch, and I am the acting provost for the University of Northern Colorado. Among the many traditions associated with commencement is the presentation of the mace and college banners during the processional. These items symbolize the graduates' accomplishments and the university's commitment to student success. The selection of a banner bearer is considered to be a special honor. Those serving as banner bearers today have been recognized and selected by their colleges based upon their academic contributions. Would our mace and banner bearers please stand and be recognized? In addition, we acknowledge our commencement marshals, deputy marshals, and marshal captains who serve as leaders during this ceremony. Would these faculty members please stand and be recognized? Faculty members are fundamental to the success of students and our university. Daily, these scholars and educators demonstrate a passion for superior teaching and foster students' intellectual growth through research and creative activities. Faculty members, please stand so that we may celebrate your contribution. Linda Black, Associate Provost and Dean of the Graduate School, will now announce the recipients of the Graduate Dean's Citation for Excellence and the Outstanding Dissertation, Capstone, and Thesis Awards. Presenting the students with their medals is Tobias Guzman, Assistant Vice President for Enrollment and Student Access.
Thank you, Leo. Will the students receiving the Graduate Dean's Citation for Excellence, as well as the Outstanding Dissertation, Capstone, and Thesis Awards, please come forward? The Graduate Dean's Citation for Excellence is awarded each semester to students who have been nominated by their program advisors. This includes support from the graduate faculty and a university-wide review in recognition of their superior achievements in graduate education. These students must have at least a 3.75 grade point average and show excellence of outstanding achievement in their academic discipline and professional activities as a graduate student at UNC. Our first recipient, Catherine Ann Smith, is receiving her doctorate of philosophy in special education. Please join me in congratulating this fine student. The Outstanding Thesis, Capstone, and Dissertation Awards are given to doctoral or master's students who have been deemed by their research advisors to have made a significant contribution to their field of study through research. Jonna Marie Jackson. Jonna is receiving her doctorate of philosophy degree in biological education. Jonna is being awarded both the Dean's Citation for Excellence and the Dean's Citation for Outstanding Dissertation. Michael Aaron Gersten is receiving his Doctorate of Arts degree in music performance. Michael is being awarded the Dean's Citation for Outstanding Dissertation. Julie Greenwood. Julie is receiving her Doctorate of Nursing Practice degree in nursing, family nurse practitioner. Julie is being awarded the Dean's Citation for Outstanding Capstone. Rachel Jane Mommer is receiving her Doctorate of Nursing Practice degree in nursing, family nurse practitioner. Rachel is being awarded the Dean's Citation for Outstanding Capstone. Ready? All right. Valerie J.H. Sherman is receiving her Doctorate of Philosophy degree in special education. Valerie is being awarded the Dean's Citation for Outstanding Dissertation. Please join me in congratulating all of these students.
The laws of the state of Colorado vest the authority of the University of Northern Colorado in its Board of Trustees. We are pleased to have Trustee Janice Sinden give the authorization for the conferring of degrees.
The Board of Trustees extends its congratulations to our UNC graduates and their families. We are proud of your accomplishments and the significant milestone in your lives. President Norton, by virtue of the authority vested in the Board of Trustees for the University of Northern Colorado, and as a member of the board, I hereby authorize you to confer on this term's graduates the appropriate degrees as recommended by the faculty of the university.
Thank you, Trustee Sinden.
Candidates for the master's degree, please stand. There you go, all of you. There we go. That's so good, you too. Yeah, let's give them a round. President Norton, These candidates have met the requirements of the Master of Arts, the Master of Arts in Teaching, the Master of Music, the Master of Science, the Master of Biological Science, the Masters of Public Health, the Masters of Business Administration, the Masters of Accountancy, and the Professional Science Master's degree. The faculty recommend them to you for the conferring of these degrees.
By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I confer upon you individually and severally the degrees of Master of Arts, Master of Arts in Teaching, Master of Music, Master of Science, Master of Biological Science, Master of Public Health, Master of Business Administration, Master of Accountancy, and Professional Science Master degrees, with all of the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining to these degrees. Thank you, students, and please be seated for the moment. The deans of their respective colleges will now present the graduates who have met the requirements for the degrees established and recommended by their college's faculty.
Hello, my name is Eugene Sheehan, Dean of the College of Education and Behavioral Sciences. Will the candidates receiving Master of Arts in Teaching, and Master of Science degrees from the College of Education and Behavioral Sciences please come forward to receive your diplomas?
Christopher David Bowen.
Rachel Parolon.
Erica Lynn Buthel.
Brianna Barbera.
Mary Lou Elizabeth Montoya.
Melissa Danielle O'Malley.
Brittany Cherise Grammer.
Erin Patricia Duncan.
Emily Meredith Ferrando.
Vanya Cassier.
Jordan Elizabeth Jowder.
Anna Gabriela Leon Boutron.
Tess Marie Perry.
Latavia Cheryl McKinney Hardy.
Michaela Lee Ann Jones.
Laurel Lee Nord.
Megan Catherine Normington.
Rachel Caitlin Hollyfield.
Sierra Jean McCoy.
Iris A. Tung.
Brianna Maria Seek.
Lilla Fleming Jones.
Nicole Marie Munoz.
Holly Nicole Zell.
Erin Price.
Aubrey R. Hendricks.
Sarah Elizabeth Herndon.
Lauren Ertzleben.
Carrie Johns.
Yesenia Infanta.
Danielle Schweitzer.
Bridget Catherine Stein.
Shayna Lynn Flanagan.
Chelsea Lane Roosh.
Dawn Suzanne Cheeseman.
Danielle Ariane Karlberg.
Raven Nicole Kershaw.
Shay Mariah Dillon.
Caitlin Ray Harrison.
Matthew Bixby.
Valerie Johnson.
Shauna Elizabeth Darcy.
Krista Kathleen Zayak.
Catherine Nicole Yeager.
Colleen Michelle Magorian.
Natalia Millspaw.
Elizabeth Ann Ackerman.
Naomi Johnson.
Lily Elizabeth Gibbs.
Katie Jean Allison.
Abigail Jane Drexler.
Brittany Jean Orr.
Amanda Kelsey Quimby Seaforth.
Jorge Alvarez.
Holly Catherine Armstrong.
Carrie Davis.
Rebecca Ann Lakin.
Dulce Velasco Martinez.
Abby Darlene Zimmerman.
Sarah Ann Coatman.
Savannah Elizabeth Crosby.
Terrence A. Highfield.
Miranda Dunlop.
Danielle Kayla Rutz.
Rebecca Kristen Russell.
Andrea Rolfe.
Julia Baldwin.
Kelly Kathleen Smith.
Jesse Lee Myers.
Lori Elaine Dottavio.
Suzanne Colby Irvin.
Sandra Rose Aber.
Regina Gail Nix.
Kendall Van Valkenburg.
Taylor Barris.
Laura Ann Zierer.
Elena Pendleton.
Carson May O'Connor.
Olivia Rodriguez.
Angel Carlos Ruiz.
Dina Cochetti.
Edward C. Fowler.
Caitlin Doherty.
Yan Rong Mu.
Lauren Michelle Schaefer.
Rachel Seaman Garcia.
Tatiana Marie Rolfe.
Katarina Hemingway.
Caitlin Pfister.
Ruoyu Shang.
Molly Brash.
Caitlin Diane Pettigrew.
Laura Ellen Schloop.
Crystal Rodriguez.
Rebecca Vale.
Chelsea Brooke Treeses.
Jessica Lee White.
Angela Rocio Quezada Rusca.
Amanda Hlavacek. Stephanie.
Poe.
Stephanie Renee Wilkinson.
Melissa R. Flores.
Jennifer Lynn Beals.
Ashley Matilde DeSalvo.
Stephanie Lynn Grant.
Crystal Lee Minor.
Detrice Brown.
Blake G. Hinson.
Carly Deneen Daniel.
Jennifer Lynn Ingram.
Whitney Jean Farrar.
Jennifer V. Zevin. Jennifer Ann Watson.
Joshua Thomas Tucci.
Jeanette K. Alton.
Sarah Joy Bixler.
Lindsay Rochelle Damil.
Jessica Brown.
Catherine Jean Maron.
Renee Cherie Westenfelder.
Molly V. Schnorr.
Jessica Zimmerman.
Jacob Hudspeth Buchanan.
Catherine Brock.
Stephen Kozowski.
Celine Maria Hunt.
Catherine Victoria Molika Neal.
Robin Liliskov.
Robin Felicia Trotter.
Emily Ann Langdon.
Kathleen Leanne Watson.
Mackenzie Joe Wake.
Megan Patterson.
Erin Ann Kerr.
Heather Bratton.
Dean Crone.
Esther Camacho.
Brad Stewart Cohen.
Joanne Marie Shodell.
Bonnie K. Connor.
Mary E. Sullivan.
Carolyn Petrites. Naida Roscovius. Valerie Kathy Shaw. Georgiana Lou Murnahan. Amy Konopa. Wida Renee Tyler. Rochelle Harvey. Amy Charlotte Chevry. Melissa C. Westlake. Audra Joan McCorkle.
Hi, everyone. My name is Laura Connolly. I'm Dean of the College of Humanities and Social Sciences. Will the candidates receiving Master of Arts and Master of Arts in Teaching degrees from the College of Humanities and Social Sciences please come forward to receive your diplomas?
Paul Martinez.
Rebecca Jane Tulloch.
Rick Medrano. Lauren Michelle McDonald.
Elizabeth Toro Grounds.
Jamie Laree Krushenski Wally.
Nicholas Adam Generelli. Tasha E. Hess.
My name is Paul Bobrowski, Dean of the Montfort College of Business. Will the candidates receiving the Master of Accountancy degrees from the Montfort College of Business come forward to receive your diplomas?
All's well.
Ali Kakachel. Jacob Moorhead.
Just trying to help where I can, Dean Greg.
Good evening. My name is Ellen Gregg, and I'm privileged to serve as the Dean of the College of Natural and Health Sciences. Will the candidates receiving the Master of Arts, the Master of Science, the Master of Arts in Teaching, the Master of Biological Sciences, the Master of Public Health, and the Professional Science Master's degrees from the College of Natural and Health Sciences please come forward to receive their diplomas?
Devin McLemore.
Grant Robert Cooper.
Kyle William Rowinski.
Rebecca Jackson.
Kevin Jonathan Smearwood.
Sydney Lee Deespain.
Rebecca Artzer.
Blaine Shrum.
Stephen Romano Segura.
Jonathan Chase Wild.
Brian Austin Barnes.
Ashley Priscilla Molina.
Tiffany Ann Trimble.
Daniela Caballero Herrera.
Jennifer Ann Fisher.
Megan Brianne Noveria.
Samjana Pandey.
Casey Ann Sankey.
Tiffany Chanel Johnson.
Thomas Singleton.
Kathleen Farrell Risser.
I'm good. Ellis Onick II.
Victor Joseph Favero.
Haley Ray Paxton.
Nicholas Salen.
Nathan Eugene Wankin.
Blake Montgomery Williams.
Charles Roy Snelson. Hao Ting Wang Hao Ting.
Good evening. My name is Kiki Gilderhus. I am the acting dean of the College of Performing and Visual Arts. Will the candidates receiving Masters of Arts and Masters of Music degrees from the College of Performing and Visual Arts please come forward to receive your diplomas?
John Michael Willard.
Yvette Bennett.
Matthew Joseph Crawford.
Jillian Claire Torgas Leva.
Jeremy Yoakum.
Emily Lorraine Hoke.
Robin L. Goodman.
Jennifer Monique DeBalsa. Stacy Ardeline.
Paula Marie Van.
Stacy Jeanette Seaman.
Kathleen Ann Robinson.
Jeremiah Gerlach.
Kritsana Chitpricha.
Brian Joseph Humphrey.
Corey Murray.
Chelsea Cecile James.
Catherine Warner.
Joshua George Kirk. Anna Aileen Smith. Ruth Eileen Taylor.
All right. Will the candidates for the specialist degree please stand? Excellent. We see you. President Norton. These candidates meet the degree requirements for the specialist in education degree. The faculty recommends them to you for the conferring of degrees.
By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I confer upon you individually and severally the Specialist in Education degree with all of the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining to this degree.
Will the Specialist in Education degree please come, will the Specialist in Education degree candidates please come forward to receive your diplomas?
Lisa Balin.
Frederick Kinney.
Kendra Lynn Mueller.
Lynn Catherine Brasher.
Dana Lee Zimba.
Juliana Daku.
All right. Will the candidates for the doctoral degrees please stand? President Norton, these candidates meet the requirements for the Doctor of Arts, the Doctor of Audiology, the Doctorate of Education, the Doctor of Philosophy, and the Doctorate of Nursing Practice degrees. The faculty recommends them to you for the conferring of these degrees.
By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I confer upon you, individually and severally, the Doctor of Arts, Doctor of Audiology, Doctor of Education, Doctor of Philosophy, and Doctor of Nursing Practice degrees, with all of the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining to these degrees, and I welcome you to the Guild of Scholars.
All right. All right, will the doctoral degree candidates please come forward to be hooded by your research advisor and college deans?
Kyle Matthew Lucas. Kyle Matthew Lucas's major is Counselor Education and Supervision. Dr. Lucas is being hooded by his research professor, Dr. Murdoch Bishop.
Dr. Lucas's dissertation title is Understanding Supervisees' Experiences in Clinical Supervision from an Attachment Perspective.
Celine Wicks. Celine Wicks' major is Educational Leadership. Dr. Wicks is being hooded by research professors Dr. Whaler and Dr. Cohen.
Dr. Wick's dissertation title is The Role of Middle School Building Leadership Teams in Professional Development.
Stacy R. Bailey. Stacy Bailey's major is educational psychology. Dr. Bailey is being hooded by research professor Dr. Pugh.
Dr. Bailey's dissertation title is Transformative Experiential Impacts and Intervention.
Sean M. Broghammer. Sean Broghammer's major is higher education and student affairs leadership. Dr. Broghammer is being hooded by research professor Dr. Birnbaum.
Dr. Broghammer's dissertation title is Grit as a Predictor of Academic Success for First-Time Undergraduate Students.
Robin Elisa Sandikian. Robin Elisa Sandikian's major is higher education and student affairs leadership. She's being hooded by her research professor, Dr. Yakubuski.
Dr. Sandikian's dissertation title is Disintegrated Identities, Experiences of Tenure-Track Engineering Faculty Who Identify as Sexual Minorities.
China Sierra McCall. Dr. McCall's major is school psychology. She's being hooded by her research professor, Dr. Athanasiou.
Dr. McCall's dissertation title is Effect of Vocal Prosody on Elementary Teachers' Perceptions of Black and White Students.
Patarapon Chamsai. Ladies and gentlemen, here is a personal request. It is her birthday today, so shall we sing her happy birthday? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Dr. Jamsai's major is school psychology, and she's being hooded by her research professor, Dr. Hess.
Dr. Jamsai's dissertation title is Tie Secondary Teachers' Attitudes Toward Inclusion of Students with Learning Disabilities into General Education Classrooms.
Mary Ann Fleury. Dr. Fleury's major is special education. She's being hooded by her research professor, Dr. Harvey Rood.
Dr. Fleury's dissertation title is Universal Screening and Progress Monitoring Within a Multi-Tiered System of Supports.
Laura Elizabeth Ridings. Dr. Ridings' major is special education. She's being hooded by her research professor, Dr. Brewer.
Dr. Ridings' dissertation title is The Lived Experiences of Educators Using Co-Teaching to Meet the Needs of Students with Disabilities in a Virtual Environment.
Catherine Ann Smith. Dr. Smith's major is special education. She's being hooded by her research professor, Dr. Farrell.
Dr. Smith's dissertation title is A Validation of the Tactile Edition of the BOEM 3 Preschool.
Valerie J.H. Sherman. Valerie Sherman's major is special education. She's being hooded by her research professor, Dr. Pierce.
Dr. Sherman's dissertation title is an investigation of multi-tiered system of supports, implementation perceptions, and third grade reading achievement.
Jana Marie Jackson. Dr. Jackson's major is biological education. She's being hooded by her research professor, Dr. Thomas.
Dr. Jackson's dissertation title is The Effects of Dopamine on Frequency-Dependent Short-Term Synaptic Plasticity, a comparison of layer contributions and rhythmic dynamics.
Sherelle Lynn Claggett. Dr. Claggett's major is nursing. She is being hooded by her research professor, Dr. Dunham.
Dr. Claggett's dissertation title is Optimizing Postpartum Care, the Development of a Debriefing Tool and Guideline for Healthcare Providers.
Jennifer Susan Klump. Dr. Klump's major is nursing. She's being hooded by her research professor, Dr. Dunham.
Dr. Klump's dissertation title is Use of the Peanut Ball to Reduce the Cesarean Rate.
Photo op time. Megan Rose Stefani. Dr. Stefani's major is nursing. She is being hooded by her research professor, the very, very busy Dr. Dunham.
Dr. Stefani's dissertation title is Evaluation of a New Surgical Neonatal Nurse Practitioner Core Team in the Neonatal Intensive Care Unit.
Jessica Marie Gardner. Gardner's major is nursing as well, and she is a family nurse practitioner. Dr. Gardner is being hooded by her research professor, the really very, 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 very busy Dr. Dunham.
Dr. Gardner's dissertation title is Hepatitis C Screening Among Baby Boomers, Implementing an Evidence-Based Practice Recommendation.
Julie Greenwood. Dr. Greenwood's major is nursing, family nurse practitioner. Dr. Greenwood is being hooded by her research professor, Dr. Parker.
Dr. Greenwood's dissertation title is Guideline for the Diagnosis, Evaluation, and Management of Sports-Related Concussions in Adolescent Athletes, Translating Evidence-Based Recommendation into Primary Care Practice.
Margaret E. Middlestad. Dr. Middlestad's major is nursing, family nurse practitioner, and she's being hooded by her research professor, Dr. Dunham.
Dr. Heath's dissertation title is Atherosclerosis in HIV-Positive Patients, a Clinical Practice Guideline for Cardiovascular Risk Assessment and Treatment.
Rachel Jane Mommer. Dr. Mommer's major is nursing, family nurse practitioner. Dr. Mommer is being hooded by none other than Professor Dunham.
Dr. Mommer's dissertation title is Stroke Reduction in Elderly Patients with Atrial Fibrillation Through Utilization of an Anticoagulation Toolkit in the Primary Care Setting.
Jolene Lynn Naraki. Dr. Naraki's major is nursing, family nurse practitioner. She's being hooded by her research professor, Dr. Dunham.
Dr. Naraki's dissertation title is A Guide to Screen for Diabetic Peripheral Neuropathy.
Vera Louise Pilateri. Dr. Pilateri's major is nursing, family nurse practitioner. She's being hooded by her research professor, Dr. Dunham.
Dr. Pilateri's dissertation title is Screening for Diabetes in At-Risk Populations in Primary Care.
Natalie Sheehan. Dr. Sheehan's major is nursing, family nurse practitioner. She's being hooded by her research professor, Dr. Dunham.
Dr. Sheehan's dissertation title is Creating a Clinical Practice Guideline for Women Who Have Had a First Trimester Miscarriage, a Psychological Aspect of Care.
Bethany Myung Summers. Dr. Summers' major is nursing, family nurse practitioner. She's being hooded by her research professor, Dr. Dunham.
Dr. Summers' dissertation title is Sexually Transmitted Infection or Urinary Tract Infection, Misdiagnosis of Chlamydia, Trichomonas, and Neisseria gonorrhea infections in primary care practice.
I have to give this lady a hug. Amanda Jerese Vignaroli. Dr. Vignaroli's major is nursing, family nurse practitioner. Dr. Vignaroli is being hooded by her research professor, Dr. McNeil.
Dr. Vignaroli's dissertation title is Barriers to Managing Childhood Overweight Obesity in American Indian Children.
Michael Aaron Gersten. Dr. Gersten's major is music performance. Dr. Gersten is being hooded by his research professor, Dr. Jonathan Bellman.
Dr. Gersten's dissertation title is Modern Interpretation of Ornamentation in Nafulte Brainwine's Ferndi Mikunum, Ahem and der Heiser Bulgar.
Graduates, let's look back on the highlights from this past year.
The results of hard work and sacrifice are rarely as evident as they are at commencement. There is nothing more rewarding than seeing all of you come across this stage. Education transforms our lives in ways personal and particular to each of us. Who you are today as a University of Northern Colorado graduate is not the sum of your potential. You are a work in progress. All of us are, if we commit to it. The first class of graduates from your alma mater, the class of 1891, adopted a motto that may serve you well on your own journey. Achievement is pioneered by ideals. Many generations of our graduates exemplify this ideal. As a UNC graduate, you are joining a distinguished group of alumni from across the country and around the world. It is now my pleasure to introduce Brad Darby. Brad is a member of the UNC Alumni Association's Advisory Board of Directors and holds a Bachelor of Arts in Earth Science. Brad is a general manager with Centus Corporation and actively recruits UNC students for employment with Centus. Please welcome Brad Darby.
Congratulations, class of 2017, and welcome to the UNC Alumni Association. You are part of a network of more than 130,000 UNC alumni worldwide, so wherever you go after graduation, you'll never be far from a bear. Remember this network. Whether you are starting your career, using this degree to change careers, or continuing your education, because we're here to support you, just as you'll support the graduates who follow you. As you move forward, maintain connections with your friends, your professors, and the university. Use the Bear Network to your advantage as you search for a job, find a new place to call home, or look for ways to stay connected to UNC. Will everyone who is a UNC alumnus or alumna please stand? Stand. Look around you, graduates. This is your network. These are your fellow Bears. Thank you, alumni. Graduates, celebrate today. But this is not the finish line that defines your life. Go beyond today and make a positive impact in the world, personally and professionally. This impact will define your life and distinguish you as an alum of this great university. Regardless of where life takes you, you will always be connected to UNC. Remember, graduates, once a bear, always a bear. Thank you.
Thank you, Brad. Graduates, your achievements and success could not have happened without the support of your family and friends. These people believed in your ability to succeed and have been there to cheer you on. Please take a moment to thank them with a round of applause. It is an age-old custom in cultures around the world to announce important events with the ringing of bells. Festivities and celebrations begin with ringing bells. School bells beckon students to come together for a new day of learning. The chimes in our own Gunter Hall mark the beginning of this commencement ceremony. Graduates, some of you peeked, I can tell. Under your chairs, you will find a memento which represents a school bell. Please join me in celebrating your academic achievement. In just a moment, the Bierstadt Brass will perform the recessional. Would the audience and the graduates please remain seated until the stage party leaves the arena and you are dismissed by the commencement marshals. Congratulations. I declare the Fall 2017 graduate commencement at a close. Thank you.